So it's midday, and I pray the rosary before bed and read my Bible. So I always feel much more at ease when I have my headphones on, and I have my new ones here, so I'm gonna wear those. And that feels so much better. I can block out that excess noise and focus. So my plans for today had been, see, I'm not centered. I moved. Must be centered. My plans for today had been have a helpful therapy session with my therapist, and have a good OCIA class today. That is, I call it, just for short, I call it Catholic class. I will be an official member of the Catholic Church in next Easter, when I've finished class. So that's very, very, very important to me. Going to class, and every class that I go to is one step closer, and so that in itself is a big blessing for me. Just so excited, and it's so far away. I'm just like, give me all the material and I'll read it all. I'm partway through the catechism. They say that it's really to use just for reference. I have the one that the church gave me, and I'm totally going off on a tangent, but the one my church gave me, and they said it's really for use as a reference. And I found one that my priest said was okay, that is more of a textbook kind of thing, and I interact with that a lot better, retain the information better for some reason. So I finished Catholicism for Dummies, and I'm new to Christianity almost completely. I grew up with an atheist. I still live with my mom, and so I knew a little about God and Jesus and the Bible, but I'd never gone to church, and I never had that in my life, but I'd always asked for it. It's a really strange story I'll tell someday. So those were my two major plans, and then my other plan was to work on editing a video I made praying the rosary. So my therapy session was good. I'm going to go to every 2 weeks now, because I really don't have the money to, I think this is the most uncomfortable chair I've ever sat in. I really like my therapist. She deals with adults with autism, and so she knows what I'm saying, what I mean when I'm saying stuff. And she actually had suggestions that I didn't realize were options and possibilities, and it's helped quite a bit. and I highly recommend it for someone who's it's amazing that I got this far without a diagnosis. But that's just how it is. With nothing about me changed. I'm still that little girl that collected rocks and hung around the periphery of people and didn't talk and had trouble with food and hair washing and all kinds of things that it would have been glaringly obvious if I'd presented now as a child. By the way, I feel the need to say this every time. Yes, I had professional assessment, official diagnosis, and I was fortunate in having that because a lot of people don't. It's expensive, but they took my insurance. And so I was very lucky and blessed. I was very blessed with that. She's been really helpful, and I think I had a lot of therapy before, where I learned a lot of cognitive behavioral therapy techniques that I still use to this day. I'm sorry, I'm having back pain and it's distracting me. I've been having problems with that. And the other thing, class. I almost missed it, as much as it means to me, but that's what happens to my brain. I was editing video and lost track of time and almost missed my class. Luckily, it's just down the street. But it was hard class today because usually it's just me, and I live in a really small town. Okay, so it's informal and there's only me and this other guy for all these days. And then suddenly today, unexpectedly, there were 3 other people there, and a woman and 2 girls. They looked like they were about 16, 15. And they were distracting me. Well, they weren't distracting me. I was getting distracted by them being there and not knowing ahead of time that they were going to be there. And the girls were not taking it seriously and were being 16-year-old girls. And that kind of bothered me. And I felt closed in because they were seated on either side of me. And it just felt uncomfortable. If they'd been there from the beginning, I would have been okay. But I mean, I got through it. It didn't help that it was very cold, and they keep the church very cold, and I understand why. But it's one thing that can send me to burnout is getting too cold. And well, so but I made it there just in time, and we had the class, and I got my handout, so I guess it went fine. I can still feel the discomfort that I had when I walked into the room, and so did these other people. And I was like, I still feel the discomfort that I had. So, I was going to say, not only was I diagnosed by the professional, official neuropsychologist people, my psychiatrist also diagnosed me. And he's the one that told me to get these headphones specifically. And that was in my previous... I know I keep going off on tangents, and a lot of times I edit out my tangents just so the stream of thought is a little more focused. The other thing, did I get that done? The editing. I had to stop because I was starting to hurt, and the room was cold in there, and so yeah, editing did not go as well as planned. I was in physical discomfort. I was cold. I think part of the discomfort was I was prescribed muscle relaxers, and they made me sleepy, and I couldn't drive, and I have to drive for work. I work part-time, very part-time, as a dog trainer, and that's a whole another video. It's like my special autistic gift to the world is being able... I can't read a person to save my life, but I can look at a dog and know exactly what's going on and what to do to fix it. So I don't know. I get lots of good reviews, so and I hear good things about me in the community, and I get a lot of clients referring me to other people, so I must be doing something right. And I guess they must be able to see beyond the rocking and the swaying and the hands going everywhere. But I mask quite a bit, and I have scripts. That's how I need to just put that in a different video. So editing didn't go as planned, and I need to wrap this up. So I gave up. I gave myself the permission to save it for another day and do a little video. And so that's what I did. I had one on my phone that I uploaded. My blessings for today. Well, one was already going to class for my OCIA class, and for my Catholic class, and my other two more blessings. I like to work in threes, so I had a client cancel a session a little suddenly, and he admitted to me on our next session that it was because the Chiefs were playing football game, and that's why he canceled, and he felt bad, and so he gave me $20 for canceling. I do have a rule about canceling, but he didn't need to, but he gave me $20. And I don't have a lot of money to spend. Neither does my mom, who I live with. And so he gave me a $20 bill, and I was just gonna put it in my money box because I like to have a certain amount of money around for emergencies. But I came home from Catholic class, and my mom looked really, really stressed out, and she was looking for a pattern to sew a shirt or something, and she couldn't find it, and she had a hard time at the store. And I personally think she's on the spectrum as well, and I keep telling her to put some headphones on, but she won't. Anyway, so she is usually the one who cooks dinner. I'm not a very good... Oh my God, there's a pen missing from this packet. Where is it? Gosh, that's my brain. I just see stuff. And anyway, so I thought, she usually makes dinner. I don't cook big things, I just like make oatmeal or grilled cheese or things like that. I tend to forget things and put them in the wrong order. I'm just not very good at cooking. So, and I really am blessed with her because, for example, I'm on a special diet. I can't have gluten, fructose, or lactose. It's called FODMAP diet. My gut doesn't work properly. It's slow. And I also don't... The signals for me to eat aren't very strong, and so I can easily go through the day without eating, and just suddenly wonder why I'm sweaty and faint feeling sometimes. And I'm like, oh, I need to eat something. I think that's what that is. So she cooks everything alters it so I can eat it as well. And so I really am blessed with her. She has made a folder with recipes and to follow that allow me to eat, substitutions and things. And so I am really blessed with that. And so I decided that I'm going to use the $20 bill for to treat us to fast food. We don't eat fast food much. It's way too expensive. And I was in the ER not too long ago, so I'm expecting... I already have bills, so medical, dental, mainly dental bills and that. And so I think this $20 bill found its way to me for good use, and it's for comfort. Comfort food, don't have to cook, and if you're wondering, what I do is I use my own gluten-free bread and put the burger meat, if that's what you want to call it, in my bread. Um, so there was that. And another blessing is I wanted to watch something to help me relax, something that I didn't have to think about, get particularly invested in, and something that maybe reminded me of or felt like a time that I found pleasure in something. And I found that on Amazon Prime they have Little House on the Prairie, which I grew up with. And so it's like easy TV. And I do like there being a slight Christian aspects to it. But it's easy to watch and enjoy without having to think very hard or get excited about. I like you would think I would go to one of my passions is Harry Potter, but I don't, because it actually gets me more stimulated than I just need something easy on the brain, you know. So I was blessed with easy TV for comfort, and just it brings back, oh gosh, I loved watching that show when I was a kid, and I look forward to it and so much, and I loved it. We would play it when I was, well, that's a story too. um, 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 Little House on the Prairie versus Little Women. It's like I could write a huge essay on that. But anyway, yeah. So that was a blessing. So those were my 3 blessings for today, and my 3 plans. And I did it all at once instead of in half. I'm not really sure how I'm going to format this. I'm just going to have to see how it goes. I'm not big on seeing how it goes. I like things to be planned and plotted out. But I'm trying to learn to be more flexible. It's hard. Flexibility is hard. Being okay with something different is hard. So I just try to take a deep breath and continue on, and so that's that. I